Great. So hello everybody. Thank you very much for being here. This is our first recording or new section for the Side Whisper. This is Meet Our Seniors. And in this case, we have our senior, Ximena Gijon Garcia. Hi, Ximena. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation.
Hello, thank you for inviting me.
Please, Ximena, tell us where are you from and how you arrived to Querétaro, particular to Arkansas State University.
Well, I was born in Mexico City, but I lived in Villahermosa, Tabasco for more than 17 years. And how I got into Arkansas State University was a pretty interesting story because back then my high school had this partnership program with Arkansas State. So basically, what my high school did was picking the 10 highest scores of my high school, of my generation. And when they chose me and asked me if I wanted to be part of this program and accept the scholarship that they were offering, I said yes. And at first, I signed up for chemistry, but after 1 year and a half, I switched into biotechnology. So here I am, about to graduate in December from biotechnology with a minor in chemistry and biology.
Great. Uh, so very big change regarding the weather from Tabasco to Querétaro.
Oh, yeah.
Was a challenge for you because I remember that I come from a very humid country, and yeah, there are some moments in along the year that are very dry for me.
It was pretty difficult, but not because of the weather, because I love cold weather,
Mhm.
and Tabasco is a jungle basically. So it was 40 degrees Celsius every day. So when I moved into Querétaro, I pretty much enjoyed the cold weather. But what I missed back then and now also was the green that you see back in Tabasco because you cannot see that tone in the trees here in Querétaro. Querétaro is pretty dry. It's basically a desert. So I miss seeing a lot of animals, seeing a lot of green, a lot of water. So I guess it is that.
I understand what you're saying. So regarding your major, this is your last semester, so it's a major in biotechnology and two minors.
Yeah.
So it seems like you spend a lot of time studying, no? And at the same time, if you think that in the activities that you spend doing associated with this cholotarium, it seems like you spend a lot of time in the school and studying and that kind of things. Yeah, am I right?
Yeah. Yes. Well, when I started the Exploratory, I remember that the project demanded a lot of my time and attention because when you're starting a project, no one is going to do these things for you. You need to attend every single emergency, or you need to attend every single meeting. You need to be there like 24/7. So I remember that when I was starting this project, there were times where I had to stay until 2 a.m. working with the
Oh,
fish tanks. Yeah, and I still had to study for my tests. I had still had lab reports or to study for the next class. I remember that there were some times where I had to step out of a class because I needed to attend an emergency. So because all of this, I think that something I truly struggled back then was time management, especially because if I missed a class, I had to catch up with the work by myself.
mhm.
I could not ask the professors because they had already given the class. So it was disrespectful from me to just ask them for extra time. So it was something that I knew I had to do by myself to study, to catch up with my works, speak with my team members. And it was pretty difficult to set up my priorities because, of course, you believe that your subjects are important, but back then the actual tutoring was something as important as me as my subjects. So it was pretty hard to differentiate what to do first and what to do next. And also it led me to learn other techniques and regarding how to study because when things started to accumulate, I began to have some struggle with remembering information about my classes, or I started to, mix information from all my subjects. So I said, okay, I need to find another way of studying that works for me and works according to my schedule.
Wow, interesting. Very, very challenging. Do you have that feeling that you maybe sacrifice something in order to get those achievements?
Yes, I sacrifice mostly time, for example, because at the beginning, I had to take both summers in order to keep track of the actual term, for example. So there was one time where I only visited my family like once a year.
Oh,
So taking both summers for spending time at the actual term and also to take some subjects demanded a lot of my time. It was pretty stressful for me because I had to get good grades and I had to attend every single emergency, and there are not so many people in summer, so you're you're by your own basically. But yeah.
oh, yeah, kind of really, really hard.
Yes.
Well, in the other hand, this interdisciplinary project about the Acholotarian, for sure you were able to do some practice with your skills that you develop in the university. But at the same time, for sure, you need to, okay, no, I don't know anything about that. I need to learn right now because I need it. Yeah, there are some things that you need to develop in that moment. Yeah. Can you talk about that? Can you talk to us about that a little?
Yes. So of course I applied a lot of knowledge that I acquired during my gen ed core and of course for my biotechnology major. But there were so many things that I had to learn at the moment, or I had to learn things from other majors, for example, from marketing, from finance, from business. And I never thought I had to do that in my life. So, for example, one of the best skills that I could learn thanks to the project was how to communicate with others. Because of course I took oral communication for my Gen Ed core, but it's not the same speaking with your classmates or professors as speaking with someone who is going to invest in your idea. So you need to learn how to communicate your idea. You need to learn how to explain your idea to people that do not belong to the same field as you. There were times where I had to explain my project to little kids. I had to explain my project to people from biology, but you cannot explain it the same way to people from biology to people from, I don't know, robotics, for example. You need to learn how to adjust yourself to different type of personalities or focuses, let's say. So that was something really useful for me because I managed to handle nervousness during the presentation. I managed to organize my ideas and put it into something more visual. I learned which were the most important aspects of the project that I wanted the companies to hear so that they would want to invest in the idea.
Oh, yeah, very, very challenging. I have the idea that in science, we most of the time we run when we have problems to communicate, we run to the definition, to the technicalities, to technical words. And inside of the science, this is something very common. But yeah, if you need to effectively share a message to somebody that don't know, this is not a very good strategy at all. Very,
Yeah.
very, very interesting. You're very lucky that you need to develop that skill. Yeah, very, very. I think you're very, very lucky. Uh, Finally, well, finally, not necessarily finally, but regarding this Acholotarian, probably you have a lot of experience and very nice things. And even if you were the co-founder, doesn't mean that well, you want to stay close to the Acholots necessarily. Yeah. So maybe yes, maybe not. That's exactly what I would like to know. What is your next step now? Have you think about that?
Yes, and now that I'm about to graduate, I've thought of many paths that I would like to take. For example, the first I think that everyone does is thinking about a master. So I feel pretty interested in doing a master in biomedical field or medical genetics. And of course, I need to apply for a scholarship for this. And this will take a little time for me because of the economic part that it involves. So meanwhile, I plan to take advantage of this time and get a job. I'm open basically to any option. What I really want to stay close with is the laboratory because I found out that that's something that really passionates me, that I feel that I'm really good at it. And I feel that lab skills are pretty useful in my field. So that's something I don't want to lose, even if I don't do a master's right now. I still want to apply all the knowledge I learned from my courses and applied it into a job and learn how my skills work in a company. How can I communicate with other team members? How can it's not the same working in a lab from your university as working in a lab from a big company, you know.
And are you planning to leave Querétaro, or you would like to look here for some options?
I mean, if there's an option here in Querétaro, I will pretty much be fascinated with the idea.
Mhm.
But also, I'm also open to move to another country. For example, I'm open-minded about this. I know that I will have to move wherever I find a job. So I I'm not close to the idea of staying here, but I'm not close to the idea of moving to another country as well.
Nice, interesting. Finally, if you, I don't know, if have you imagined that you can go back in time and maybe find yourself an a younger version, or I don't know if you have friends that are younger, or there are some people that are freshmen now, and sometimes they need something like a message to encourage them to continue, because sometimes we are struggling with some things. Yeah. Can you think in a very nice message for them or for you in a younger version?
I think that I will say this to my younger me or to anyone else who's about to start a major in a scientific field or any kind of field or is currently studying in a field like mine. And is that you're going to learn more from your mistakes rather than rather from your achievements. And I say this because we usually think that whenever we make an achievement, that's it. We're not going to learn furthermore. But whenever you make a mistake, you learn how you could have done it better. I think you learn new skills from it. You improve so many aspects of yourself whenever you acknowledge what went wrong so that the next time can be better. So I think that most of the time it doesn't need to be everything perfect. You are allowed to make mistakes. The important thing is to learn from them always.
I like your message.
Thank you.
I think in math, a lot of people hide the mistake, and they want to say, okay, no, but this is what, how is the right way to do it? But they don't think why I did a mistake, what I did wrong. No, no, no. Yeah, I
Yes.
like a lot your message.
Thank
So uh, I think this is all for the first for this chapter. Ximena, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate. It was a pleasure to have you. And yeah, I think we are going to stop here with this first episode of Meet Our Seniors. So thank you very much. A good night.
thank you very much for inviting me. It was a pleasure, and I hope that more people can feel more excited about starting a major in the scientific field or any kind of field. And I hope that this interview was useful for them.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.